Hi everyone, my name is Michelle. I'm one of the digital instructors here at DMI, and today I'm going to be giving you a welcome webinar into the expert course and a brief overview of all the elements. If someone can let me know if they can hear me and see me okay. Great, thanks. So hi to everybody who's popped on today. For anyone who doesn't make it on time, there will be a recording afterwards. So you can pop into your DMI portal and get the recording at any time, probably after tomorrow. We'll upload it there. So basically, I'm just here to say welcome firstly to the expert program. I'm sure it'll have a great outcome for everybody involved. We are going to go through all the elements as if you probably haven't been in the DMI course before. And I'll just pop in and out to let some people in as they come over the next few minutes. I just see a few people dropping in here. So bearing in mind that maybe some of you are at different stages, some might be already working in the marketing industry and some might not. Some of you are just starting out. So there's students at all levels joining the program. So I'll go through things as if you have not undertaken any kind of academic research or academic work before, and I hopefully will make things easier for you to navigate. So obviously there's a question and answer session at the end, and anyone who wants to submit any questions by email, we can get back to you afterwards. So firstly, I'm going to take you through a little run through of the DMI profile where your courses are located, just to give you a little look around in there at where everything is and the extra resources you have, how to navigate the course modules and all of that. And then I'll take you through a brief overview of the assignment structure. Assignment 1, what's involved, how to choose your organization, some tips on your executive summary, your methodology, and a look through at the you're defining your target audience, and then some of the resources that you're going to have within the DMI profile. Any questions that I can answer today, I'm happy to do so. Otherwise, we can go back over them at a later stage through the support. There's just a few people joining here, so I'm just going to let everybody in. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to just pop over here to the DMI portal where your courses are. Some of you might be familiar with this, some of you might just be getting your access now. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning and show you where to go when you log in. So you're going to log into the digitalmarketinginstitute.com site with the details that you would have been sent in your email for logging in. You're going to see this window here. So your main two tabs are the courses tabs and the resources tabs. So within the courses tab, you're going to see all of your courses that you're enrolled in. So you can see here, my view might be different to yours, but it will be the expert one that you'll go into. So just a wee overview here of some of the tabs. So the tabs here along the top, throughout your course, you're going to have some extra resources, such as the webinars as this one that myself and my colleague Dara will be offering on a regular basis, just to help you navigate the assignments and some extra elements within the modules and things like that that will hopefully make the process easier for you. So the webinars tab here will have any live and upcoming webinars that you can register for. They will all be recorded, and you'll also see within your portal the past recordings. They go back maybe a few years, so you can go way back there and maybe watch some ones that you missed or some areas of interest. These are not compulsory, they're just extra resources. So if you don't get time to do them, that's okay, but we do recommend it because they really help you do maybe a closer drill down into the structure of the assignment and how to lay it out, and some hints and tips for academic writing, things like that, that you're going to need to help you get a better grade. So you'll also have your assignments tab here, and within that you'll see all of your assignment guidelines. So you can see how to submit your assignment, the grading process, any tips around the structure, and what documents to upload, what might happen if you need an extension, or you might want to resubmit if you weren't happy with your grade. So all of that info is in assignments. Then you also have the class forum. So we'll just pop on here to the class forum. Oh, it's just taken a wee while to open, of course. Sometimes when you're on Zoom, it can just be a little bit slow. Let's see. Just try opening it this way. We'll just go in through this tab. So you can see here, this is your assignment. This is your webinars tab here. You've got all your webinar upcoming info here. So you can click to register and you can go back to the previous recordings. Then your class forum, your community forum is here. You can go in under the resources tab and see all of your extra marketing resources in the membership site, which we'll go into in a few minutes. But firstly, you're going to want to take a look at the class forum. I'm just waiting on that to open there. And I'm just going to let a few more people in. We'll see if we can get in this way. Sorry about this. It just takes a little bit extra sometimes. We'll try it again. Class forum is just not opening yet. It's just, we'll give it a few seconds. So within the class forum, you're going to find your cohort. So you're going to find the group that you're in. So possibly you may have started at the 1st of September, and someone else may be in there that's starting on the 1st of October. So there's going to be a selection of cohorts in there where you can network and connect with the groups, ask questions, share any tips you might have, and you're going to see others share their tips too. Maybe people who did assignments in the past, they're going to share tips for how they got a better grade, maybe some tips for their research methodology, things like that. So it's a really valuable place, but we're just not getting in there at the moment, sorry. Just give me a wee second, I'll try and see if it will reload. We'll maybe go back to it. Okay, so you also have your Learning Support Hub here, which is a really good place for resources overall in all areas. So from preparing your maybe your study planning, preparing your assignments, some frequently asked questions that other people will have asked, and maybe you have a question along the way. You're probably going to find the answer in here, but if you're not, you can also get through to us in support. So just an overview here on the left is some of the things that's included in the Student Support Hub. So you have a little bit about DMI, a little bit here about our Global Industry Advisory Council and who we are and who they are, and some of the certification processes. You also have the goals and objectives of the programme, and you have some details on your instructors and a way to contact us. The preparation tab here. So you have a really good walkthrough video of the expert, the LMS system, the course material, how to engage with the video and the interactive elements. So maybe in your own time, I would suggest that you go back and go and do that little walkthrough video there. You have a really good roadmap and itinerary. So these are some of the resources that are ideal to start out with. You might want to just pop on here first before you consume any of the material and just go through these preparation tabs. You have a handbook, which has a lot of info in there, and a study planner that you can download that will help you throughout your course. You have your assignment guidelines. So everything to do with your assignment is here in this document. So if you ever have any queries about how it should be laid out or submitted or anything like that, you just pop on here and you're going to find all of that information. Also here we have the supporting documents that you're going to need for your assignments. So you can download those and attach them. They're really easy to use. Then on the subject of approaching a company, sometimes some of you will already have your company secured. You've got probably 6 weeks, ideally in the first 6 weeks you should do that, but you might need some tips for approaching a company if you're not already aligned with one. There's some tips here within this document and a downloadable letter that you can use to get on board a company to allow you to base your assignment around them. Maybe if someone needs an extension, some advice on extensions, how you can apply for a leave of absence, and some forms that you may need throughout the process of your course. Here you have some details around certification, so you can read that in your own time. It's just some useful information to know how things work and how you become certified and what you get certified with. And then over here in the FAQs, some people have common questions that pop up time and time again. So we've just popped a lot of them in here just to really help you move through the course in the best way without too many concerns or confusions. And hopefully you'll find the answer to your query in here a lot of the time. If you don't, you have the support tab here. So myself and a number of my colleagues, there's a large team that will help you in the support tabs on a daily basis, and we aim to get back to you within the first ideally 1 to 3 days. So at different times of year the support can be very busy, other times it might not be, so we will always come back to you through there. So you might have a personal query about your assignment or about your course structure, and we're here to answer any of those, and at all times we're here to help you through the assignment process, to clarify any queries you have and make it easier for you, hopefully. So you can just pop us a message on that tab there. There's lots of queries here on your assignments 1 and 2, any issues you might have with course access or getting resources or anything like that. You can view all of those in that tab. So just to take a wee overview here of some other tabs you have within your profile that are useful. The exam one won't be relevant to you. The skills test is just a little tab that you can go to at any point to test your skills. Maybe take an hour and go through the skills test. It might flag up some areas that you might need extra study in, some areas you might be very strong in. So that might help you to move through the modules in a more defined way. It's not necessary to do it, but it is a great resource. CPD is something that comes along with the Power membership that you get as a student with the DMI. So anyone who does one of our courses will automatically be enrolled in a thing called Power membership, which gives you access to all of our resources and elements. I think there's around 218,000 members in there. So it's a great platform where you can really go and drill down into any areas of interest that you have, consume some more podcasts, some white papers, ebooks, things like that. There's amazing resources in there, which you will receive access to when you are signed up to one of the courses. CPD is one of the elements that comes along with that. So it just helps you to gain development points for the extra activities you undertake, such as webinars, consuming the content within the platform. Maybe any external courses you do can be brought in there as well. And it's just a way to keep your knowledge relevant. Even after your course has expired, you can continue your membership and go back to consume your course content long term as a bonus, or you can continue to keep your knowledge relevant and showcase employers or industry experts that you're actually making an effort to keep your education going on even after you finish the certification. So that's a great element there. We will all have a different view. So if you had gained any CPD points after your certification or after any activities, you would see a little graph here with your progress. but for now, because my view is different, we won't see any here. You'll just see this if you haven't began accumulating points. So along the way, you'll see your progress here. And we also have a jobs board. So for anyone who's not yet working in the industry and wants to maybe gain new employment, or students are able to access a full jobs board with jobs advertised globally. So it's a great resource for you in there as well. And then lastly, our support tab. This is where you will click to gain access to us at any point. So any questions or queries, just pop here and put a little support tab in. A ticket will come into us and we'll get back to you straight away as soon as we can, and hopefully can help you out with whatever you need. So we'll just go into the resources tab here. This is where you'll go into see all of the extra content that you gain access to as a student. So you can see here there's a vast amount of extra lessons, articles, webinars, ebooks. The premium tab is where you'll have access as a power member. So while you're a student, you'll have access there, but also anyone can join this platform for free. So one of the things that might be of benefit in here is our glossary. So along the way, while you're bringing your assignments together, this glossary is an excellent resource for you to go in and maybe enhance the content of your communications in your assignment. You'll be able to see a glossary here for all of the marketing terms. It's massive. There's everything you can think of, all the abbreviations, all the different ways of explaining things across platforms and elements of marketing. So that's a really useful resource for you when you're doing your assignment or even going forward afterwards. So we'll go back into the courses here. Just going to check if there's anyone extra waiting to get in. Nope. So when you go into your course, there's going to be a variety of elements in there within each stage. So I'm just going to show you an overview here. You're actually now enrolled in the Expert 4.7 program, which is an upgrade. So it's a great time to be coming in. So some of the, some things have changed in there from maybe a few months ago. So you're gaining access to the most recent version of the Expert program. It's a great time to come in because it has really, you've really started from the first stage of the new Expert 4.7 program. The module summary, we'll just take a wee overview of it here. So you'll see within your platform, you're going to have core modules, elective modules, and some extra support value add modules. So not all of the modules are, you're not obliged to do all of the modules. You won't be graded on your attendance within the modules or which ones you've viewed and which ones you haven't. Obviously, the students who have had the most success in the course will probably have gone through all the modules. That's one of the things we see in the feedback. But obviously, people are at different levels of learning. So maybe you already feel strong in some of the areas. Maybe you feel like you need more time in other areas. So you can really choose how you move through the modules within the course. Not all of them are needed to do your assignment. So you might see some that you want to do first, some you want to do in the middle. It's really up to you. We can advise on the best ones depending on your skill set if you want to get in touch with us, but really it's your choice on the areas you want to focus on. But you can choose which stage to study first. So you can go down and select which area. Maybe you can straight away see an area that you're not so strong in, or you might want to go in and spend more time in there first. Really, we recommend this one as a really good starting point, the research methodology module. It's delivered by Kevin Griffin and He is one of the leaders in the master's program here at DMI, and he is an excellent leader in giving information on research and research methodology, academic writing, and styles of academic writing for anyone who really hasn't done that area before and needs more help. He's planned out a really good module there. So I suggest doing that one first. It's a good starting point. So you can see here, I'll just give you an example when you move through the different areas. So say you went through into the social media marketing stage, you would see there's a number of modules here. They're all short videos. And at the end of each one, you'll have quizzes and templates to download. I'm just going to start one to show you when you go in. So you start your module. And you can see here underneath, when you scroll down, you'll see you have extra resources, which are really valuable. It's really like if you're sitting in an actual physical class, then you're going to print off your study notes, probably make notes for yourself and keep them to look back on. So you can see here, you can download your study notes, which are an excellent resource. You can download the module transcript, the practical exercises, the slides, and the glossary of terms for each area. Up here on the top right, you can see your module breakdown. So you can see here, they're all quite short, which makes it easier to focus. And they're all designed around better usability and a better experience for the student. So you can see here, you can go down through each area, and at the end you have a summary and you have a quiz. So it's really good to spend time just doing the quizzes and the summaries, and it really helps you just focus in on each area and probably learn it in a bit more depth. You also have these walkthroughs here, which are great. The walkthroughs in things such as the industry tools, ways to use them, the experts showcase practical use. So it's really good to move through all of those as well. And it really meets the needs of all types of learners. So you might be someone who feels like you want to take a quiz at the end, just check how you did in terms of taking in the information. You might want to print off the notes. So that's really satisfying those of us who prefer to have the physical content as well. So we hope that you manage to move through these with ease, but if you don't, we're here to help. So maybe a good starting point is to just go in and just familiarize yourself with the content that's in there. Take a look and maybe plan out what areas you're going to start with. But again, we do recommend to start with that research methodology one. Another good one to start with is this social customer service. Because your first assignment is going to be about researching your audience and your channels, the search and digital channels one is a good one to start with as well. So some of you may see over here on the left that you also have other courses. So DMI sprints or some of the short track courses, they are not a part of the expert, they're extra courses in themselves. So if you're coming into the expert and you think that you may need to complete those as well as part of it before you do your assignments, they're not included, they're extra courses. So any queries on that, again, you can pop through to the support hub and give us pop a ticket to us and we'll help you with that information if you're not sure how to navigate. Something else that's a good thing to do at the beginning is just go into this course info tab. You can see exactly just kind of a summary of all areas of your information on your assignment and objectives of the program. Something new that we have, which is really good for those of you who may be busy at work or with family life, and we've had a great response to this already. People like to sometimes pause their learning. Things like a leave of absence or an extension will need to come through us directly if you need maybe longer than the pause your learning option of 28 days. Otherwise, you can just pop in here to the Manage Your Course tab and go in and pause your learning. So it's very simple. You just choose the length. You can pause it for a week or 4 weeks, and you just press submit. And that will pause your learning. And just to note, if you're on a payment plan, if you're on a payment plan, it won't pause your payment plan, but it will just pause your access to the course and extend your dates, your assignment dates and your access dates. So it's a good way if something comes up in life, which it does, you can pause your learning. So that's a great new feature that we've just brought in. So I hope that helps. Has anybody got any questions? If you do, just pop them in the chat and I will get back to you. Any questions on navigating the platform? Otherwise, we're going to go back over here and give you an overview of the assignments. So basically, we're going to go into assignment 1 first. Your course is divided into 2 sections. So here we have a roadmap, actually. I'll just go through that with you. So you have a roadmap, a suggested roadmap. This is in your Student Learning Hub as well. So you're probably here now, you've got your welcome email, you're logging in and you're just not familiar with the processes of consuming the content yet. So hopefully we've helped you with that today. There is a study planner that you can download. It's not the recommended way to do things. Obviously, you're going to need to do things differently depending on your home life or your work life or where you're at in your learning process. So overall, it's your decision how you maneuver through the course, but we do have some recommendations. So again, we recommend that you might take a look at the research methodology module first. And within the first 6 weeks, we do recommend that you have selected your company. And if you have any problems with deciding on that, obviously give us an email and we'll help. So suggested around week 8, you should find yourself around 25% through. And by week 16, you'll get a reminder to say that your assignment is due in 4 weeks. So your assignment's due in week 20. Then by week 18, we kind of recommend that you should find yourself 50% through your course module. And around week 21 to 24, you're welcome to take a well-deserved rest. After you submit your assignment in week 20, you can just have a bit of a pause, a bit of a rest from week 20 to 24 while you wait for your results from assignment 1 to come back. So you should expect your results back in around 6 weeks. So it's nice to just take a wee break there while you wait and go back to your learning then. Up to week 32, you should probably find yourself around 75% through your course. And then in week 40, you've got your reminder for your assignment 2, which will be due in week 44. So then again, you're going to wait 6 weeks for your assignments results to come back, and your course access will expire after week 52. And then you'll have your certification. So we'll go through that in a little bit more depth over here. So your assignment. So assignment 1 is based on research primarily. Your assignment 2 is going to be more strategy based. So the two do interlink. Firstly, in assignment 1, you're going to look at the areas of deciding on your company, researching the company, researching their customers, digital technologies that they use, and we're going to go through all of that individually. So firstly, your timeline. So choosing a company. So we do recommend within week 1 to 6 that you have obtained a company that will allow you to develop your assignments based on their marketing. Within week 20, you will submit your assignment 1. And then 6 weeks after that, you'll get your grade back. One of the things to note is that your assignment result must be over 50% or above in order for you to progress to assignment 2. So if you don't manage to pass assignment 1 with a grade of 50 or more, then you will resubmit and we'll help you with that process. And then you can move on to this second stage which is assignment 2. So that's just a brief overview of the weeks that you can expect, and maybe you might want to put those dates in your calendar just so you remember, and also you'll also get reminders sent from us. The grading structure works on a pass of 50 to 59%, a merit of 60 to 69%, and if you're gaining a result of 70 to 100%, you're going to get a distinction. So we do say that, you know, all grades are good. Obviously a distinction is great, but if you get over 50%, you're going to pass your assignments, you're going to pass. So a brief overview of what is involved in assignment 1. You're going to also have all of these details within the assignment guidelines download within your support hub. So you can download those, print them off, and move through things with ease. This is just an overview. And you can also download these slides as well, just if you need to reference them at any point along the way. So the assignment 1 consists of 5,000 to 5,500 words. We have drilled it down here into a series of marks and word counts, just to kind of give you an overview of what efforts you should put into each section. So you can see here your executive summary is worth 5%, your research methodology is worth 15%, your target audiences is worth 10%, and the evolution and impact of digital technologies relevant to your target audiences is worth 30%. So that's quite a big area. So you can really see there where you really need to spend your time. The digital technology section is 20%, and then your future trends that will impact your audience and industry is worth 15%. Your references and appendices is a really important part, but it's worth 5%. So you can see here with the word count, you do have an allowance to go over or under by 10%. So you can really decide, you know, if you want to go more in one section and less in another, that's really up to you. So basically what your assignment 1 is a research assignment that requires you to undertake a significant piece of research about the impact of digital technologies on your business or organization's target audience and industry. So you're going to think about, you know, how has digital technologies evolved and how does that affect the audience and the industry globally of your organization. So you need to do this research basically to find that out and to make a business case for the implementation of your strategy assignment, which is implementing a digital strategy in assignment 2. So they're both interlinked, and the research assignment is really valuable in doing so. So assignment 1 is really about selecting your company, exploring the impact of the existing and future technologies on the audience and the industry. And then you're going to use these insights to create a digital marketing strategy for the business in assignment 2. So during assignment 1, you're going to gain an insight into the technologies that's relevant to your target audience. It's relevant to the industry. You're going to think about how they have evolved and what are the impacts and future direction for the business and the industry going forward as a result. So you're going to undertake research to explore it and report on it to really give an argument for why you're implementing things into your strategy in assignment 2. So if you think about it in a way of writing it for an audience such as the senior management of your organization, you're going to prove your theories, you're going to give your reasons, and you're going to really drill down into the different elements of your audience to then go into assignment 2 with a deeper knowledge and a better stance on creating your strategy. So you're going to use what you learn throughout the course. And within your modules are relevant, and then you're going to carry out your own research, and you're going to provide an in-depth analysis of the impact on the technology, such as how does it impact the behaviors of the customer, how does it impact their expectations, how does it impact their journey to buy or to find you or to interact with you, How does it impact your status in the market? How does it impact how the company sells or how they gain trust, things like that. It really will depend on the topic that you select, and which it will also depend on the industry in which your organization operates. So again, if you have any questions around that, just get in touch with us. If you need more clarity, we're always here to help you move through. So how to choose an organization. So some of you might already have chosen an organization because you work there, or you have a family member with a smaller business, or a friend that you know that you can straight away gain access to their analytics, their info, their records behind the scenes, which is what you're going to need for your assignment. So another way to look at choosing an organization is, do you have an interest in a certain industry? Or how do you want to progress your career after you receive your certification? You know, is there a certain industry or type of business that you're interested in and that you'd like become an expert in, maybe? So that might be a good chance to start. Maybe going and presenting a case to a business of interest that you might want to work with or learn more about in the future. So there's a number of ways you can choose. It's really up to you. You know, you can work with a small company or a bigger company. You can work with a charity, a small local business, a global business, and the way things are at the moment, you can do it remotely as well. So you don't have to be stuck or tied to a certain area. So just bear in mind that you should choose an organization that you can use for assignment 1 and 2 both. So somebody that will let you have access to all of their data and their analytics and their audience details, and allow you to work with them to implement what you've learned and what you've gained from your research, and create a strategy for their digital marketing in your assignment 2. That may be something that could be used after your studies to actually implement it in real life, and maybe gain some work or gain some knowledge, some experience. So it can be of great benefit to a small business. And some of our students have gained businesses through things like the local enterprise boards, enterprise companies, maybe industry training boards, things like that. So it is a great way to go and make connections as well, and actually drill down into research in a specific industry of interest. So you can think about that and decide. It's up to you, really. There's no rules. There is a few rules, but no rules about who you choose. So how to secure them? So we do have some downloadable templates that you can use if you want to make contact with someone that you don't know, and you want to explain what it is you're doing. We do have some contact templates that you can download. So get in touch with us if you can't find them, but they're there in your student support hub. So a good way would be to contact the manager or the digital marketing manager and explain how your project will help them maybe gain extra insights into their audience that they might not have time to do, that you will spend time in doing, that's really, really valuable for their digital strategy. So that's a point that you can communicate, especially for a small business that might never have time to do that. It's a great way for you to work with someone in that sense and add some value. The only requirements that we have is that you have permission to use them firstly, of course. They have to be operational, so they have to be operating as a business. They have to have a digital presence of some sort, of at least 2 channels. So maybe that's a working website, or a Facebook and a Twitter, or maybe even a landing page and an email list. They just have to have some sense of a digital presence so that you can have some data to begin with, and a way of communicating, a way of finding insights on what they're already doing and where they're at. So that's one of the requirements, is 2 digital channels. Again, if you're not sure, you can contact us and we can give you more information. They must be also willing to give you their insights into their market and resources, because you're going to need to gain these for your assignment. So you're going to need to gain insights such as their channel performance, their budgets, maybe their previous spend on ads, their channel analytics, their return on ads, gain some information on their current strategies, what they do already, what's working, what's not. So you really have to get someone who's going to be open to those communications and going to be willing to give you that access to that information, because otherwise you might find it difficult to continue. And one of the things that you don't need is to go off and try and contact people and they're just not giving you things. That's just going to make your assignment harder. So just maybe start with that you need that relationship and you need that access to the right people. So that's something that's important to work with at the beginning. So one of the things that you're going to do firstly is conduct research. So I'm just going to go through some of the tips here that we have created for you in starting that. So one of the first things to think about really before you start anything is your topic. So what is your topic going to be? What are you going to base your assignment around? It really helps if you drill this down in the beginning, because then you can go back to whatever research you're doing and make sure it fits, because otherwise you're going off very broadly at the beginning and you might lose direction and your assignment won't be as detailed and as structured as it might be if you really drill into a specific topic. So what will your topic be? Start by scoping out your ideas and identify what is your topic. Is it going to be general digital marketing topic? Is it going to be general on an industry? Are you going to drill down into things like mobile use, search engine optimization, Google Ads? Is it going to be on consumer behavior? Is it going to be on social media? You know, really narrow it down into a topic that you can put into a sentence that really describes what your research objective is. Think about what previous research is out there. So what research has been done before. Maybe someone has done really strong research, maybe in Europe. You might want to maybe do some more research specific to where you live, and you can kind of piggyback on what they've already done. So think about what previous research is already out there. That will really help you to conduct your secondary research as well. How strong is it? How strong is what's already been done in the industry? What do you have access to? So think about that. You might want to take something that's been previously done and add in an extra element. So drill down into it a little bit further and make it more interesting and use what's already out there as well. So also think about the scale that you're proposing to work at. That's really important. Are you going to think about an individual event, such as when the company launched their website, this happened, or are you going to think about the whole entire functioning of a company, of a program, of a country, a sector, a global aspect? Or are you really going to drill down to certain elements of their current marketing behaviors and focus on that within the company itself? So think about, are you going to do it on an industry, or is it going to be more defined? So think about that, because that will really influence your research methodology. Your research methodology is a very important section. It's 15% of the marks. And a great tip here is an excellent starting point is, again, to go back to that research methodology module that is presented by Kevin Griffin. He's a researcher and a lecturer for the DMI. He looks after the master's program here. So review that methodology module. It's really good to help you know more about what is research, why do you do it, and what's the different types of research available to you, what type will be a match for your assignment, what elements will you carry out, what way will you do your research, how will you present it, how will you reference it, and in academic writing it's very important how will you reference it. We ask you to go by the Harvard referencing system, which might be new to some and not new to others. So Kevin and the product team have really put together a great list of resources there to help you with that area. So this section is worth 15% of your marks. So it's really a description of how you're going to approach the paper, how you're going to approach your assignment, your objectives, why you chose certain methods, how you did them, what were they. So you should provide an overview of both the primary and secondary research methods used and your justification for using them. Why did you use them? Why did they work? How did you do them? Your primary research methods might be things such as survey groups, interviews, focus groups, online surveys. Again, you can really go into learning a bit more about these if you're new to it, and you'll be able to see which types of research fall into primary and which fall into secondary if it's totally new to you, because there sometimes is a lot of confusion around that for new students in our support emails. So that's something that we will build more content around that for you, and we'll put it in your classroom forum and to really help you with that along the way. Your secondary research methods will come from things such as books and articles, journals, reports, from analytics, Google Insights, your email metrics from your business, etc., all of that. You don't need to include your findings here. It's just an overview of your methodology. Your executive summary is section 1, but a tip from us is to do this last. It's worth 5% of the marks, but it's a really valuable part of your assignment where you will really showcase the opening of your assignment. It will summarize your document and the key points. Something to note that some students do in error is they add it as a company description, a summary of the organization. That's not what it is. It's more of a summary of your document and the key points and objectives. So we will actually put together some good executive summaries for you and pop them into a document in the coming weeks within your classroom support hub, so that you can look back over others and see what was good about them and what was bad, just to help you kind of visualize it. It makes it a little bit easier. So conducting your research, again, you'll find help on this in those modules. You'll also find documents within the support hub on this, but again, if you have any questions around does this match or does this not, is this okay or is this not, which is common, you can just get in touch with us in the student support tab and we will give you an individual answer. So you really need to think about your research methods, base them on your objectives, base them on what information you want to gain from the audience, from the business, from the industry. Think about who you're writing the report for and what kind of research you're doing. What outputs do you need? So all of this is really influenced by your methodology at the beginning. So the reason for doing your research really is, firstly, it's to gain insights in order to let you move forward and do your second assignment with a deeper knowledge on the industry, the business and the audience. So you'll be able to create a more sound digital strategy after doing this process. So it's really valuable as a business, and it's really valuable for your second assignment. It's really valuable in knowing also your audiences and the industry in which you might have an interest. So it's a really good practice to do outside of the assignment as well. So you will need to do research to allow you to identify and create your personas, which is part of your assignment. You will need to identify the technologies used by your personas and understand how they've evolved and how have they impacted your audience. How have they impacted the people who your business sells to or engages with? How have they impacted their behaviours, their ways of buying, their decision-making process, things like that. Things that will be really important will be identifying the technologies that have impacted your industry on a local and a global level, and also identifying the technologies that will impact your industry, your business, and your audience in the future. So think about why you're doing the research, and then you can move into asking yourself, how will I get this information? And really stay focused on that by going back to your questions and really focus in on what information you want to get, and then how are you going to get it, and then design your research methodology around that, and your questions in your surveys, the type of people you want to interview, the focus groups you might want to create or attend. Think about that as a focus plan. Some good elements here in this extra resource created by the DMI is on building your survey. So within your support hub, you will find this document. It's linked here in the slides. So when you download the slides, you can link to it. It's some help around building your surveys and creating good market research, and just some tips on how to do it. And obviously we're here at any time. Emma just asked a question. I won't be able to stay on the entire webinar. How long is it, and can I access this on another time? Yeah, so we'll probably go on for about another 20 minutes, and then you can actually do the recording. So we'll upload that probably tomorrow evening, and you can see that then within your webinars tab at any point. You can go back and watch it back. So I'll try and move through this fast. I know we all don't have time to spend too long, but it is a very valuable piece of information to help you get off on the right foot, I hope. So we do have some requirements around your research. So your primary and secondary research has a few requirements. So we do expect you to use at least one of these research methods. Most successful students use two. So it's up to you. You can use one or you can use more. So we do ask that you do a minimum of 35 surveys with 10 to 15 questions. If you're interviewing, we do recommend that you interview 1 to 3 key people in the business. Focus groups, we do ask that there's 8 to 12 participants. So you can design your methodology around what you need and what you know best, but they are the requirements you need to satisfy. For your secondary research, you can use multiple secondary resource methods. So in this instance, the more the better. So the more citings you have within your assignment, the better. And the more referencing you have, the better. So the stronger your assignment will be, the more secondary research you do, obviously. So we'll give you some tips here on where to find elements of secondary research that you might be familiar with, and some you might not be familiar with. And again, if you need our help, we're here. So your secondary research will consist of analytics, so Google Analytics reports, social media insights, audience insights from your business of choice, and then also things like journal articles, academic writings. You can find them in places like Google Scholar, and also you can also use reports and articles from reputable platforms, digital marketing websites, blogs, etc. And we also give you access to loads of those within our membership platform as well. Some research resources that you can use, there's a huge amount of them. Someone who's done academic work before will be very familiar with where to go. We don't expect you to pay for any resources. You mainly use free resources. There are lots of them. So some journal platforms here, you can link to these through the slides. These are all free. And then also as a member of DMI, you get access to the EBSCO platform, which is a new resource that we're providing our students with, and we're actually making some content around how to use it and how to use it for your research at the moment. So we're going to be uploading that into the webinars and into your student platforms, so you'll be able to gain access to that for anyone who hasn't used it before. And we'll upload some information around academic writing and things like that as well, and referencing and how to do that correctly. just to help anybody who's not used to that side of things. So the EBSCO platform, we will put a login and a link in your class platform where you can log into EBSCO and you can do your research, and you're going to have access to lots of free databases and search features. It's a really good online research platform used by thousands of colleges and institutions, and millions of users worldwide use it. We have a nice selection of databases in there that are relevant to the market and industries and areas of interest that you're going to be able to use for your assignments. So it's a great resource. So we hope that you can make good use of that. Also, you can get your resources through Google Scholar, open source academic databases, and you can also get really good case studies through things like the LinkedIn and the Facebook business pages. They share lots of great case studies from companies and industries that might be relevant to your assignment. You can gain them there, but you can also gain them within the DMI membership platform, which I'll show you how to get. You can use industry trend reports, textbooks, and you can also get great secondary research from statistics online from places like HubSpot or statista.com, which are really good resources for you to use as well. Some great links here for online case studies that you might be able to utilize in your assignments. And again, you'll be able to get great company case studies within our membership site. Also, some reputable marketing platforms that you can use here. You can link to all of these from the slides, which will be linked in the webinar recordings document. And again, some more resources for reputable sites that are trusted and you can gain statistics from to report on within your assignment. So again, earlier I mentioned that you get access to the Power membership with your course. So when you're enrolled in any of our courses, you're also enrolled as a Power member within the DMI membership platform, which is amazing resources in there. Lots of extra studies, ebooks, toolkits, articles, case studies. There's some really good case studies there for massive brands, global brands, that will be good for you to use. Outside of your assignment, it's great for upgrading your knowledge in areas of interest. You might need extra information in some areas that's going to help you with your strategy assignment, and you can go in there and you can do podcasts and interviews and roundtables and things like that. There's some excellent resources offered in there. For your secondary research, there's white papers. There's lots of great ebooks and white paper studies that you can access with the search facility, which is really easy to use. And again, maybe you want to take a deep dive into certain industries, and the podcasts are good for that. Maybe you might want to actually go into the podcasts in your industry of interest and find who are the experts, who are the influencers, who are the people that are leading that industry, and then you can go off and do more research maybe on their own channels. Maybe they've done studies and published papers, things like that. It's a good way to find them. Also for your CPD, there's live interactive webinars there that you can take part in that will enhance your learning, and also they will allow you to progress with your CPD points as well. If you need more information on that, just pop us a message and get in touch. So section 3 of your target audience, section 3 of your assignment is on your target audience. So this is also a large part, it's 10% of your marks. So you're going to take what you learn from your primary and your secondary research data, and then you're going to design your personas. 3 to 4 of them are required, your main target audiences for the business that you're working with. So you're going to drill down into not just the demographics like the age and gender, but you're going to go into the geographic locations, the likely digital marketing preferences, the technologies they use, what technologies they use to communicate, to buy, what's relevant to them. You're going to go into their interests, their motivations, their behaviours, their expectations, and really create a defined persona for 3 to 4 of them. In your assignment, you have to show how you've created your personas and justify how you've come to the conclusions you have on their characteristics, and use your research data to justify that. There is some really good free persona builders that you can find online, places like HubSpot, or there is a persona builder within our membership platform that you can use as well, that's linked within the Student Support Hub. So again, if you need any advice on, does this look okay? Is this fulfilling the requirements? Then just get in touch with us. But all of the information is in there in the persona builder, and you'll be able to create a really nice graphic and really nice level of detail. This is just something, you'll find this within the Support Hub, within the persona builder. It's a little bit blurry in this, unfortunately, but you can see there that you're going to go into a really deep level of information on who your persona is, a little bit about who they are, what their goals are, what their obstacles are, what can you solve for them, what problems do they have, what problems can you solve for them, what are their expectations, how can you help them. So you can really go into that in the persona builder, and it's a really good tool for helping you tick off what's required. So where are you going to find the information? So you're going to find it from your research. So you're going to find it in places such as social media insights from the business that you're working with, things like analytics, in your primary research as well. You're going to find information on their behaviours, their digital use, statistics on where they spend their time, how they buy, how they move through platforms, where they spend time when they're online, things like that, and what they expect, shared interests, motivations, all of that. You can find all of that in your primary research, and also some, going through reports and stats and things like that. So you're going to go through information such as their gender, their age, where their location, where they spend their time online, what's their job, what's their lifestyle, what's their income, what's their education, what is the market size, what is the market behaviours, what technologies do they use, what's their expectations around them, their online behaviours, communications, what's their interests. You can find things relevant to this in the analytics. The social media insights is great for all of that. So again, if you need any help on where to look, just get in contact. Some of the good resources that you're going to use throughout your assignment are all located within the Learner Support Hub. So I'm going to try and get back in there again if it might be a bit nicer to me this time, but things like your assignment guidelines, print those out and go back to them and really tick off, am I meeting this section, am I meeting this, am I given enough information here. The guidelines are really defined, so you can really see pretty much simply where do you need to spend your time and what elements need to be included, and I recommend printing that off and really going back and ticking it off, like, did we meet this or did we not? The research resources, there's great resources in there in the Learning Support Hub around academic writing, creating your surveys, building your surveys, how to communicate your research conclusions and things like that. So I'll try and get back in there now and show you how to use that. Again, this is our details. So any problems or any queries you have, we're here to support you. So just email us on this address or send us in a support ticket, and we are here to support you through. So I'm just going to quickly go back in here and see if I can get into the Learning Support Hub just to give you an overview, and I'll try the class forum again as well just to see if it's a bit friendlier. Oh, great. Okay. So we're in the class forum. So within your portal, you'll see class forum. There's a specific forum for your group. So you'll see from your your group reference, your cohort, your class reference. You'll see what the resources are for you specifically. So you can go in here and you can start a discussion with your fellow class members. It's a great way to engage and interact and maybe gain tips or support from others that's in the same place as you are in your studies. You can go down through here and you can go to the surveys. For example, some of the most popular topics are around surveys and research, around webinars or where do I find things. You know, some people put in how they planned out their course, some tips on how they got a good assignment grade. You'll find all of that in here, or you can go start a discussion. So you might have a question on, you know, how did someone do this well? And you just go in and put it in here in your class forum, and hopefully others will come back to you and we'll come back to you as well. You can go in here and see other discussions that have happened previously as well. So not just relevant to your class. So you can see in the community here, there's a massive amount of members. So in this tab, you can just go into the free members and have a wee browse through all of the previous discussions, or you can go in here and go into your class. You'll see here in the top, you've got your classroom, or you have general topics. You've also got a jobs board here. You've got announcements. So this is where we'll announce anything that's changed, you know, if there's been an upgrade to content or if we've uploaded a new resource for you to use, we'll upload it here. You can also go down through the latest topics. So you can see here, there's really good engagement. There's really good discussion happening within this platform around things like goal setting, channels, you know, how to do market research for specific areas. You'll find really valuable content in here, and it's just nice to come in and engage with others as well. So it's a good place to spend some time. So you can go in there at any point and have a chat with your fellow classmates and read up on other discussions. Maybe if you don't want to engage, that's fine too. You can just go and have a browse. Otherwise, you're going to find loads of resources in here for anyone who didn't see this in the beginning. There's a few people saying there that they just joined. So I'm just going to go back over this. This is the membership site. You'll either be a premium member, or if your course is expired, you will have just got free access. So just an example here, we'll go into the micro lessons, something that will be really good for taking a deeper dive into specific areas that you might have no knowledge in, and that you might feel like you need a little bit more knowledge in before you do your research or before you speak to a company. You can come in here and go into any of these top level funnels and take more of a focused look at that area. So maybe digital strategy, you might want to come in here and watch some of the videos. There's amazing resources in here, all up to date current information, constantly being added to. So it's a really good place to spend some of your time, and it's all free while you're a member in your course. This trending tab here gives you access to, you know, what's currently being discussed, the real up-to-date kind of areas, podcasts with industry experts, and any upcoming events that you might want to register for your CPD or taking a deeper dive into certain areas. Again, here the articles tab will give you access to lots of different platform information, so you can choose which platform you need more insights into, and you can click in through it there. There's over 1,200 articles there that you can go in and utilize. Toolkits are something really popular, so it might be more when you're moving into assignment 2, but it's good to just show you now that this is a resource that you have access to. So the toolkits are something that's loved by people, that you can download it and use it in your own work life, or you can use it in your business, or you can use it for your to help you with your assignments and gaining better information. So you can go in here and you can download things like a content calendar, Google Ads template, keyword research toolkit, digital media plans, and it just helps you take a deeper dive into how other people do things and give you some extra resources and templates that you can use to create more focused plans. So those are something that people really like there, and you have access to all of those. You'll see here there's a power tab on some. The ones with the power tab means that it's only paid members get that premium content. So there's some really good resources there. And again, you can see down here, you've got your videos and your podcasts, your ebooks, your webinars. So all of that's really valuable in navigating building your strategy and just gaining more insights into areas of interest or areas that you need more learning in. So that's it really. I hope that's given you a good overview of the platform and the resources available to you, and a look at your assignments. One more thing is within your, some of you might be wondering how to submit your assignment and things like that. That's all in your support hub. So you'll be able to see that you can, one second, I'll just show you where that is for anyone who's just not seen it. It's when you go into your courses and you press start course, you'll see the tabs here. So your assignments tab, you click on that. You'll see here where you can upload your assignment. So it'll not be visible straight away. These only go live, I think it's 4 weeks into your course. So pretty much when you click the assignments tab, you can go here and see the due dates. So you'll see when your assignment 1's due and your assignment 2 is due, and you'll start your submission here by uploading them here. So that's where you'll upload your assignments. And if anybody has any problems, you can get in touch with us on support, and we can help you through that. So I hope that helps. Has anybody got any questions now that anything I didn't cover or anything that's of concern? Somebody just asked one here. Where can we get the recent Neil Patel search course as an update to the DMI? So there is, I'm not sure if you had joined already, Amir, but I went through some of the updates to the 4.7 version of Expert. So I will make these slides available so you can see the updates. There is a new search, I think it's the search course you're referring to. I'll just see where that is here. It is within your new, it is within your course platform, Amir. So you'll see there that these are some of the experts that have contributed to the content in version 4.7. So Neil Patel is there. He's done the intro to search marketing. So you'll find that within the course platform, within the search marketing module. Any problems, just send us a little message on the tickets and I will send you the exact link if you have problems finding it. Someone just asked, can we have access to some older assignments for reference? We don't share your assignments with anybody, basically because the companies that you're working with probably don't want others to have access to that data. So the assessors sign an NDA so that no one's getting information to your company data. So unfortunately, we can't show you other people's assignments, but we do plan over the next few weeks to create some resources to show you this is a good executive summary, this is a bad one, this is a good research methodology section, this is a bad one. So we are going to put those together for you. Whenever we have them, we'll put them in the class network so that you guys can gain access. And if you have any questions around it at all, just come to us in the support tickets and we'll help you with that. So Laura wants to know, where is the assignment guidelines stored? So the assignment guidelines are in here. So let me just show you. And if you want them, Laura, you can just email us and we'll send them on to you direct. I'm just going to grab where they are here for you now. 1 second. So I'm going back into courses and I'm going into the expert. So you go in to start your course. And you'll go to the Learning Support Hub. And you can see everything in here. So in the preparation tab, you'll see there's a study planner, there's a handbook, there's a walkthrough video of the course, there's your itinerary and a roadmap you can print off. There's any supporting documents you'll need to go with your assignments, your guidelines and all of that are all here on the left. So they're all clickable for you and they're all available within the support hub. So any queries on them, I can send them on to you individually. Just let me know, drop us an email. I think that's all the questions. Does anybody else have any questions or are we good to finish up? The webinar will be recorded and it will be linked in the webinar recordings document for you all to gain access to at any point. So someone's just asked, they've been sending emails for collaboration but didn't get any positive news. Can we have some leads or companies so it's easy? So we don't actually pair students with companies, but we are here to help, Prithvi. So if you want to send us a support ticket in, my name's Michelle. I can come back to you individually and work with you on that. So just pop us a ticket and I'll help you out in any way I can. I'll send you on the templates and give you some advice. If you're having a problem, just pop me a message, okay? Yeah, it's great. Okay, so we might just finish up then. Anybody else who has any extra questions or anything that you feel I didn't cover, pop us a support ticket in and we'll get back to you. But otherwise, good luck with everything and you have a nice amount of time now before your assignment 1. And hopefully you've seen a good overview there and feel a little bit more comfortable, and we can help you out along the way. Myself and Dara are here, anything you need. So we'll work with you on that. And someone just asked me quickly, can you reshare the mail we use to contact you, please? So if you go into the support tab here, you'll see within your DMI, you can go in and create a ticket to contact us. So it's within the support tab and you go to contact, and you can go down here and send us a little form. So put in your query. Is it assignment or certification or what is it? Select your course, put in your info and any screenshots you're having problems with, upload them and we can contact you there, Laura, back. So you can get personal interaction with us there. Is that okay? Great, you're welcome, Laura. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll be back with another webinar soon on assignment 2. So you can go in and register for that within the webinars tab in your course. There's a few other ones coming up, like they're not compulsory, but we do add in some extra webinars to maybe give you more of an insight into things like planning your content or using a certain social media channel. So we're going to upload some of those too. So go in and register for those and we'll see you back there for some of those. Thanks for attending, everybody, and we'll see you somewhere along the way. Thanks very much for your time.